Good morning, everyone. Good day, good night, whatever time you may be watching this. Welcome to Lennox Bennett channel. This is another video of human and social biology. Guys, hit that like button right away. Hit that share button right away. Share it, guys. Share it. I want to help everyone. So please help me to do that for free. It doesn't cost $1. All it takes is your time to watch the video and like and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. All right, let's get ready to rumble. All the best in your exam for 2022 and beyond. All right, you guys are the future, and I am very highly motivated and proud to be helping those who need the help. All right, so let's go. All living organisms carry out certain activities which make them different from innate objects. Which of the following list shows three activities of all living organisms? One, is it movement, decay, synthesis? B, respiration, nutrition, and preservation? Or is it exercise, irritability, metabolism? Or is it D, reproduction, execution, and growth? So number one is D. On the marker now. Oh, it's all right. All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's move on to number two. Which of the following cells organelles makes proteins for the cell? Is it the nucleus, the ribosome, the mitochondria, or the cell membrane? Do remember, guys, you are encouraged to try, all right? And that would be B, the ribosome. The initial energy of a food chain comes from A, the sun, the plant, the chlorophyll, or is it a carbon dioxide? And that would be A, the sun. Guys, do attempt to answer the question before the answer is given. All right? The function of nitrifying bacteria is to convert, is it A, nitrates to protein, B, nitrites to nitrates, C, nitrogen gas to urea, or is it nitrogen gas to nitrates? Which is it, guys, for number 4? And that is nitrites to nitrates. So that would be B. All right, let's move on to 5. We're not rushing it or anything, guys. All right, please share it. Now, if you have just started watching, please subscribe. All right. If you have not, please like the video. Also, if you have subscribed already, like the video. Night blindness is caused by a deficiency of, is it vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, or vitamin D? And number 5 is A, vitamin A. Let's move on to number 6. Which of the following foods would most likely prevent constipation? 1, white bread, B, 2, carrots, 3, water, and 4, cabbage. And A says 1 and 2 only, which is white bread and carrot. No. 3 and 4 says water and 4, which is cabbage, right? Or is it C, 2, 3, and 4, carrots, water, and cabbage? And that would be C. Eat up the greens, guys. Eat up the greens. Eat up the orange. Eat up the orange. Let's move on to number 7. Which of the following foods, when consumed in excess, does not contribute to obesity? Is it milk, protein, raw H, or is it carbohydrate? And number 7 is C, roughage. All right. Let's move on to number 8. Which of the following is a definitive sign of malnutrition? Is it shiny hair, albinism, dwarfism, or is it overweight? And number 8 is D. Let's move on to number 9. Which of the following, oh Lord, let's make you guys can see all the options. Very good. Which of the following formula is used to determine the body mass index or the BMI? Is it A, height over weight? Is it B, height over weight squared? Or is it C, height squared over weight? Or is it D, height squared over weight squared? Which is it, guys? Come on, let's go. And number 9 would be height over weight squared. So that is B. Let's move on to number 10. Here we have a diagram. Number 10 refers to the diagram below showing the arrangement of teeth in the upper jaw of an adult human being. So we have the 1, the 2, and the 3, and the 4. Let's see what they say now. Which of the following labeled parts shows an incisor? All right, so you have to look at the diagram and see which of them is labeled as the incisor, and that is, let's look at the options, and it's A1. So this is the incisor right there. All right. So you know your diagrams, guys. Study, prepare. If you're just joining, please like the video. All right. That's the only thing you have to do. Just click on the like button. I'm not asking you to do anything else. Just click on the like button. Let's move on to number 11. In which part of the tooth are nerves found? Is it the cement, the dentine, the enamel, or the pulp cavity? And that would be the pulp cavity. All right, so let's move on to number 12. An enzyme shows the optimum activity of pH 2.5. In which part of the alimentary canal will this enzyme be most active? Is it A, ileum, B, the mouth, C, the stomach, or D, the duodenum? Which is it, guys? And number 12 is the stomach, or C, option C. Let's move on to 13. In what is the end product of digestion of carbohydrates? Is it A, starch, B, glucose, is it C, glycerol, or is it B, amino acid? And number 13 is glucose, or option B. All right, let's move up to 14. Which part of the following are digested by the human body? Is it feces, products of metabolism, or undigested food materials? Is it 1 and 2, 1 and 3, or is it 2 and 3 only, or is it all 3? And number 14 is 1 and 3, feces and undigested foods. So number 14 is B. Let's move on to 15. Going on good so far, guys. Hit that like button. No, I don't see nobody like the video. Oh, go on. The trachea is lined with the air-like structure called, is it cilia, the cells, the villi, or the flagella? And number 15 is A, the cilia. Let's move on to number 16. Which of the following best describes what happened during exhalation? All right, so we have comparing the rib cage and the diaphragm. So the rib cage moves up, the diaphragm flattens, or is it B? The rib cage moves down and the diaphragm curves upward, or is it C? The rib cage moves down and in while the diaphragm curves upwards, or is it D? The rib cage moves up and out and the diaphragm does not move. Which is it, guys? Type that. And number 16 is C. The rib cage moves up and down and the diaphragm curves upward. So number 16 is C. Let's move on to number 17. Which of the following statements are true of aerobic respiration? 1, it produces a large amount of energy. 2, carbon dioxide is always produced. 3, it produces lactic acid. So number 17 is 1 and 2, it produces a large amount of energy, and 2, carbon dioxide is always produced. So it is A. So we won't go any further. All right, let's move on to number 18. Thank you guys so much for reaching so far in the video. Please ensure you like the video, guys. All right. Let's move on to number 18. Tar is a component of cigarette smoke. What is the most likely effect of tar in the body of a cigarette smoker? A, an increase in absorption of oxygen. B, a reduction of oxygen going to the blood. Or is it C, a reduction of carbon monoxide in the body? Or is it D, an increase in the amount of carbon dioxide leaving the blood? And number 18 is B, a reduction of oxygen going to the blood. So stop the smoking, guys. Stop the smoking. Smoking is no joking. Let's move on to 19. The blood vessel that takes blood from the heart to the lungs is called, is it the aorta, the vena cava, the pulmonary vein, or is it the pulmonary artery? And number 19 is D, the pulmonary artery. All right, let's move on to 20, guys. We are going on fine. Hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, please do so before the video ends. All right, number 20 refers to the following diagrams which show the structure found in the blood. Is it 1, is it 2, is it 3, or is it 4? Let's see the options. We know that it is this. So it is option C. And it says which structure is phagocytic in nature, and that would be C. All right, let's move on to 21. Listen to this now. Zena cuts her finger while peeling an orange. Which of the following components of the blood will assist in reducing bleeding? Is it A, the hemoglobin, B, the blood platelets, C, the red blood cells, or is it D, the white blood cells? What is that, guys? Type it in the answer, man. Type in the answer. And that would be the blood platelets. Don't cut yourself though, all right? Let's move on to 22. Which of the following result in the coronary artery disease? Is it the arteritis, cirrhosis, phagocytis, or is it arteriosclerosis? And number 22 is the arteriosclerosis. Let's move on to 23. The function of the lymphatic system in the human body is to A, bring nutrients back to the body, B, carry the tissue fluid out of the body, C, remove excess fluid and the foreign material from the tissue spaces, or is it D, remove poisonous substances and other waste materials from the blood? Which is it, guys? Type in that now, type in that. Let's see if you know. 23 is C, remove excesses, fluid, and foreign material from the tissue spaces. Let's move on to 24. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. So many times I'm saying it, hit the like button. Let's move on to 24. Which of the following is not a function of the human skeleton? Is it A, produces vitamin D, B, assists in breathing, C, produces blood cells, or is it D, protects the spinal cord? And 24 is A, it does not produce vitamin D. All right, let's move on to 25. Thank you guys so much for reaching so far in the video. Please ensure you like the video also. Which of the following are functions of the cartilage? Is it 1, forms a barrier between the bones, 2, lengthens and spaces between bones, 3, reduces friction between bones, 4, prevents shock between bones, and number 25 is D. 3 and 4 reduces friction between bones and it prevents shock between the bones. Let's move on to 26. 28 rather. Hold on. Oh. As I was saying, 26. Which of the following pairs of bones forms a ball and socket joint? Is it the femur and the pelvic girdle? Or is it the scapula and the clavicle? Or is it the tarsals and the metatarsals? Or is it the carpals and the metacarpals? Which is it, 26, guys? And that is femur and the pelvic girdle. Let's move on to 27. We're going on fine. We're almost halfway there, guys. Let's go, let's go. Which of the following pairs of activities occurs while an arm is flexed? Is it A, biceps relaxes and pulls the radius, 2, biceps contracts and pulls the radius, or is it triceps relax and pulls the ulna, or is it triceps contracts and pulls the ulna? If you know the answer, what is it? Number 27 is drum roll. Let's get ready. 27 is B. Biceps contracts and pulls the radius. Do remember that, guys. Do remember that. Let's move on to 28 now. We're almost halfway there. So we've been going on fine so far. If you're just joining, please ensure that you play back the video from the very start. So you don't miss anything. You don't want to fail the exam because you missed out something. All right, and remember this can help you in the paper too also. Which of the following tasks are performed by the kidneys? So it could be a single one or it could be more than one options. 1, eliminations of toxins, 2, getting rid of all metabolic waste, or is it, and 3, maintaining blood composition. And that would be so 28 is C, elimination of toxins and maintaining blood composition. Let's move on to 29. Which of the following are functions of the skin in human beings? 1, produces air, excretes sweat, protects from injury, reduces body temperature. And that would be, let me see now, 29. 1 is a part of it, it produces air. 2, excretes sweat, yeah. And 3, it does not produce the body temperature. So number 29 would be C. We're almost halfway there, guys. Let's go, let's go. If you're just joining, please ensure that you watch the playback and watch the full video. Number 30, which of the following substances reduces blood sugar in the human body? Is it A, insulin, glycogen, or is it glucagon, or is it adrenaline? Number 30 is insulin, and that is option E. All right, guys, you're halfway there. Just 30 more to go. Let's get ready to rumble and do this. All right. Which of the following action occurs when the person feels cold? Is it A, the blood vessel dilate, B, blood vessel constrict, or is it C, hairs on the skin lie flat, or is it D, the blood vessels move closer to the skin? And 31 is the blood vessel constrict. So do remember that, guys. When someone is feeling cold, the blood constrict. Let's move on to 32. Which structure of the brain is responsible for the regulation of water content in the blood? Is it the cerebrum, the cerebellum, the hypothalamus, or the pituitary gland? So we come again. Which structure of the brain is responsible for the regulation of water content in the blood? Is it the cerebrum, the cerebellum, or is it the hypothalamus, or is it the pituitary gland? And number 32 is, which is it, guys? Hypothalamus. So it is C. The long process of nerve cell which conducts impulses towards a cell body is called, is it the axon, the dendron, the ganglia, or the dendrite? The long process of a nerve cell which conducts impulses toward a cell body is called, and that is the, come on guys, you know that, the dendron. All right, let's move on to 34. What is the correct path of travel for an impulse from the receptor to the effector in a reflex action? All right, so we are supposed to look at the order. These can be a little bit tricky, guys. So ensure that you read them very carefully and ensure that you have the order correctly. All right, so is it the axon, the sensory neuron, the intermediate neuron, the motor neuron, and then the axon? And I'm going with A already. I'm not going to read the other options because this is indeed correct already. So I will not go any further. So that 34 is A. Let's move on to 35. 35 is up top. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Let me just small up this so you guys can see a bit better. I want you guys to see everything. And this is the structure of the eye. All right, so let's go back so everybody can see. Which of the labeled parts contain cell core rods and cone? Is it A1, B2, C3, or is it 4? And 35 is B. All right. Andrea leaves a bright lit area and ventures in a dark closet. Which of the following changes occurs in the eye? So Andrea leaves a bright lit area and ventures into a dark closet. Which of the following changes occurs in the eye? And 36 is A. Radical muscles of the iris contract and the pupils become larger. Let's imagine a cat. Let's move on to 37. Which of the following shows the correct part of sperm to exit the body? Is it the testes, the epididymis, the vas deferens, or the urethra? B, the epididymis, testis, vas deferens, or the urethra? Or is it the vas deferens, the epididymis, testis, and the urethra? Or is it D, the vas deferens, the testis, the epididymis, and the urethra? And number 37 is A, testes. This is where it is, man. This is where it is. Our testes, our most precious gift. All right, let's move on to 38. If I just find diagram of female reproductive system. And let's see what they ask us. Which labeled part facilitates the development of the embryo? See the options? All right. So that. And that is right here. So let's see which options that. And that is D. All right. Let's look at number 39. Fertilization occurs when A, implantation occurs, the sperm enters the oviduct, B, the sperm fuses with the ovum, or semen is expelled into the vagina. So 39 is sperm fuses with the ovum. All right. Let's move on to 40. The contraceptive pill prevents ovulation by A, increasing estrogen levels, B, decreasing progesterone levels, C, facilitating the secretion of follicle-stimulating hormone, and D, preventing the release of follicle-stimulating hormone. What does that is the contraceptive pill prevent ovulation by preventing the release of follicle stimulating hormone. So 40 would be T. Let's move on to 41. Which of the following is not true about mitosis? A, it ensures variation. B, produces identical cells. C, occurs in normal body cells. And D, result in the body growth and development. 41 would be A, ensures variation. That is not true. Notice the word, guys, all right? 42, which of the following processes occurs during meiosis? 1, two-cell division. 2, production of 4 diploid cells. 3, movement of chromosomes. 4, creation of the spindle. And 42 is, let's see the options. I'm gonna go with 1, I'm not going with 2. I'm going with 3. And 4. So let's see which options of these, and that would be C. All right, let's move on to 43. They say go to the next page. So let's do that now. Two normal parents have an albino child. If A represent the normal skin pigment and A represent the albino condition, which may be the possible genotype of the parents, blah 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 blah. And 44. What I did in the 43? Hold on. Something alright there. So something alright there. So something alright. Alright. How many chromosomes are present in the nucleus of a muscle cell in a baby born with Down syndrome? Is it 23, 24, 46, or 47? And 43 is 47. All right, two normal parents. Oh, well, let me go back. Can I jump the gun? All right, I go. Two normal parents have an albino child. Because A represent the normal skin pigment and A represent the albino condition. What makes the possible genotype of parents? So that would be no further. Double A. Yeah. Small a. 44 would be B, guys. All right, let's go. Let's move on to 45. The World Health Organization defines good health include A, the absence of disease, B, access to potable water, health insurance coverage, or is it physical, mental, and social well-being? And 45 would be physical, mental, and social well-being. We all need that in all the countries, in all parts of every country. Too many people are suffering. Guys, ensure that you hit the like button, please. Hit the like button so we can continue. Let's go. Which of the following disease may be described as chronic? Is it dengue, cholera, diabetes, or typhoid? And number 46 is diabetes. I bind up every diabetes in everybody. Stay healthy, guys. Drink your water. All right. Keep happy. Exercise. All right. 47. Which of the following signs or symptoms occur during the asthmatic attack? Wheezing, coughing, vomiting, shock, coughing, shortness of breath. C, chest pain, bronchospasm, and vomiting, or is it D, shortness of breath, wheezing, and bronchospasm? And that would be D. Bind up the sickness that would bind it up. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together. All right, let's move on to 48. We're almost finished. Guys, if you're just watching, if you're just joining, please ensure that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you can watch the rest of the video, plus the different various videos that are on this channel. All right, this is a learning channel. 48. Which of the following vectors transmit dengue, hermitage, graphic fever? Is it the bat, the rat, Anopheles mosquito, or the Aedes Egyptian mosquito? I ate them. I ate the Aedes Egyptian mosquito. I absolutely ate them. So 48 is E. Hear them talking about them. All right, 49. Which of the following organisms cause malaria? Is it the virus, the fungus, the protozoan, or the bacterium? So 49 is the protozoa. All right, guys, only 10 to go. Hit that like button, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe now. All right, now is the time to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. The correct sequence of stage in the life of a cycle of a mosquito is it the adult, the egg, the larva, the pupa, egg, the pupa, the larva, the adult, or is it C, the larva, the pupa, the egg, the adult, or the pupa, the adult, the larva, the egg? So let me sing on now. Adult. Yeah, the song. Adult, the egg, the larva, the pupa, egg, pupa, larva, the larva, pupa, egg, adult, pupa, adult, larva, egg. Yeah, and it is guys, I'm having a little issue with this one, you know. I don't agree with none of these. But the closest one that I see is to be the egg, the pupa, the larva, or the adult. But in my head, I have the egg, the larva, the pupa, and the adult. So somebody can share some light on that. But I'm gonna go with B. I need some confirmation on this one. All right. Number 51. Let's move on to number 51. Anthony is vaccinated. Oh Lord, what a word. Anthony is vaccinated against a disease on Monday, and the antibody concentration increases rapidly. However, there is a gradual decrease in antibody concentration over the next few days. What type of immunity does Anthony experience? Is it active, passive, artificial, or is it active, artificial, or is it naturally acquired? And 51 would be B, passive, artificial. Guys, thank you so much for reaching so far in the video. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, please feel free to do so. Type 1 diabetes is treated medically by infections of, is it insulin, glucagon, or is it thyroxine, or is it adrenaline? And 52 would be A, insulin. Let's move on to 53. We're almost at the end. Which of the following activities lead to air pollution? Burning of rubbish, use of pesticide in agriculture, release of industrial gases into the atmosphere, or the release of ozone detergent into the soil? I'm gonna go with 1, burning of rubbish. Nobody should be doing that. That is rubbish. And 3, release of industrial gases into the atmosphere. So I'm gonna go with B. 54. Water changes into water vapor by the process of, is it A, condensation, precipitation, evaporation, or percolation? Which is it for 54? And that would be C, evaporation. Let's move on to 55. The correct sequence of processes in the large-scale purification of water is A, screening, sedimentation, filtration, chlorination, or is it chlorination, screening, filtration, sedimentation, or is it screening, sedimentation, infiltration, chlorination, or is it filtration, screening, sedimentation, and then chlorination? And it is A, screening, sedimentation, filtration, and chlorination. Let's move on to 56. Which of the following is a sign of symptoms of lead poisoning? Is it bronchitis, lung cancer, eye irritation, or is it brain damage? And that would be, you guessed it, brain damage. Let's move on to which of the following activities can lead to eutrophication? Farmers applying fertilization to crops, releasing detergent, sewage, and industrial waste into the waterways, or is it bacteria decomposing organic matter from the sewage and other sources? And that would be all three. All right, just 2 to go, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching to the very, very end. It's actually 3, 58, 59, 60. Which of the following statement is true about pit latrines? They should be dug 1 meter deep. Disinfectant should be added to the pit. They should not be placed near wells. The best soil type for sitting a pit latrine is clay. Siting a pit latrine is clay. And they say which is true. And I'm gonna go with C. They should not be placed near wells. It is nasty, nasty. All right, 59. The bottom linear of a landfill serves to prevent is it the trash from flying away, rats and flies from breeding, C, gases from escaping into the atmosphere, or is it D, liquid from the trash from drying out? And I'm gonna go with D, liquid from the trash from drying out. And this is the last one. Let's see now. Mr. Murphy, big up yourself, member of staff, St. Mary's College. All right, Mr. Murphy puts all his soda cans in a bin. Hold on, Mr. Murphy puts all his soda cans in a bin for cans only. Which of the following best describe the method he's employing to control solid waste value? Is it biodegradable? Is it recycle? Is it reduce? Or is it reuse? This is the last one, guys. Thank you so much for joining. This is Mr. Bennett. Please ensure that you watch the rest of the videos. There are many videos in many subjects, including CAPE subjects. See you guys in another video. And that is be recycled. Mr. Lennox Bennett, appreciate you all. I'm out, no doubt. See you guys in another video. I'm out, guys. I'm out, no doubt.